We're actually just about ready to go in, so without further ado. Hello everybody and welcome to our, I think, Game 7 of today. And the reason it's Game 7 is because we have here, playing again as USF, Nicko, who has just smashed everybody that's come his way today. He has taken down Paula, Von Ivan, Kimbo, J for Jet, Twisted Tootsie, the list goes on. And who is he going to be playing against right now, Momo?
He's playing against the Dutch Terror, Hooligan. He is one of our classic 1v1 players, given his outbreak back in, I forget what tournament it was that he played Aim Strong, but he almost took down our #1 seed in that tournament, and from then on he's shown himself to be an excellent player. He's playing the OKW out in the south spawn of this map that is actually really, really cool, and the more I look at it, he's actually elected to open with a Kubel.
I like the Kubel. I think provided that you play OKW like your first 2 units together and then use the Kubel to cap behind. It's like you can get a really good front line at the start and then get all the resources from the Kubel. So I like this idea. And I think we saw Von using that earlier on Crossroads. So there's life in that Kubel yet.
Yeah, he's using it effectively too. You don't see a lot of players like they do the shift cap order on their Kubels. And just let it do its work, but Hooligan's actually taking the extra micro to position it to have the least amount of time taken to get to the next point. So he goes on the edge and caps it. Just shows how much active micro is actually going on.
This is our first engagement now. Rifleman just catching the Volksgrenadiers, building some green cover in the center. And the center is pretty cool here because, you know, you've got to get into open ground to contest the VP. There's 2 buildings that are able to cover it, perhaps with suppression weapons in the MG later on. You know, but you've got to be careful getting into that VP in the center. You know, you will take a lot of health drop, or maybe some model drops. And you have to be prepared for that.
A good setup here by Nicko. I think he saw that the fuel was getting capped as he got there, like the little highlighting color, the color when it highlights when territory is being captured, and he went around the corner instead of running into an ambush. Unfortunately, you know, it is at the end of the day a rear echelon, and he's got to get out of there, but did buy some time on those Stern Pioneers just bullying him, so good stuff.
Just love this map, by the way, the ambience of it, do you know what I mean? It's like a dusk. You can see the fires that used to mean something in Company of Heroes 2. Don't anymore.
Yeah, no more blizzards.
Oh, we see, by the way, Hooligan immediately identifying this cutoff point to the fuel. He already contested the fuel to pull Nicko over in that direction. Now he's going to double down on that by taking the strategic point that cuts off the fuel when it gets reconnected. So really good play. He's able to then make use of green cover to long out the engagement. That's a really nice early game play from Hooligan.
And he is actually going for the 4th Volk on top of the Kubel opening, so this is going to be a super tier 0 heavy build. He wasn't electing to go for the you know, potential rush on the battle group or mechanized, just to establish it for nades or get an MG34 out. So he's going heavy heavy meat for his OKW build.
Stern Pioneers there, just like relentless. The Kubel came over, I think, to get repaired, and it actually doubled up as a kind of allowing the Stern Pioneers to sit in the line of sight blocker. Needs to really monitor this situation though, because there are, of course, Lieutenant Squad on the flank.
Yeah, he's looking for that flank. I think Hooligan saw a flash on his side and backed up, so good stuff by him. Stern Pioneer caught out here on the retreat. He's going to have to get out of here with how much low health. Yep. Good recognition by Hooligan, just immediately retreats. Got a bit of a even showdown right now.
Well, I don't know about even. I mean, double munitions for Hooligan. This is so good. Plus 53, and he's going to be able to get... Hopefully we see the STG upgrade, because we missed that in the last game. Sorry, the game before last. when munitions was the priority take. But yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, players, we don't know if they know the map well. We don't know how many times they may have played this, if they've come across it before at all. But I have to say, Hooligan is really dominating.
Picks up the cool. I don't know why he retreated his rear echelon there. Maybe he was scared of a mine or something. He was capping that munition on the right side, but just retreated randomly in the middle of it.
Not 100% sure why. We see the M20 just opening up here. 2 models on the Volksgrenadiers go on a long retreat. And is there any units that are able to help this? I think GB may be trying to use line of sight. No, he's just going to go straight in for the Faust. Mechanized Regiment is up, which means he does have access to Faust and Snare. He's had such a lead in, you know, such a lead in on fuel. He's going to be able to get the Puma nearly already. But he's going to go for the Lukes, and I don't think that's a bad decision.
No, it's not bad at all. I like the Lukes Puma combo. The Lukes gives you space to get to the Puma quicker, you know, counting for not already having high fuel income. But this Stern Pioneer is going to die if he chases it. Why did he not chase it? It would have been worth it to eat the Faust there to go a little bit further. I'm surprised he didn't take that risk. Unless he didn't have skirts ready. No, he does have skirts, so that would have been fine. I'm surprised. Maybe he's just respecting a Raketten setup somewhere over there.
I think so, but I mean, it's not like he's on the front foot here. He doesn't want to risk it, and I think in that sense, it's sensible. We could see airdropped combat support here. Nicko has pretty much been doing this every single game so far, just to get those paratroopers on nice and early. And it's such a stacking build for infantry, because you just end up with so much infantry on the field from the start. He's going to have the AT support to counter the Lukes. It's a really great build.
Yeah, it's so manpower efficient. 325 manpower for a paratrooper and an AT gun. Sign me up. Lukes is out.
Yeah,
it took him a while to get a lot of his Volks on the field, because when he bought the Lukes, he had like 2 Volks that were like at 2 men each, and he couldn't reinforce them for the longest time.
Pretty sure that Hooligan just played that engagement with the Volksgrenadiers too well, because he ran forward with one squad and then the STGs popped on the squad that was distance. It's kind of like probably got those the wrong way around. So the Lukes here comes at a very good time, because it helps him to secure that side of the map as Nicko kind of picks up into his strong part of the game. And this is actually everywhere that we've seen today. This is the stage of the game where Nicko suddenly like turns on the gas and plays really well.
Yeah, that Greyhound will be immediately available to him with his resources right now, as soon as the CP tick comes up. Has Nicko ever planted the M6 mines with his M20? He gets it nearly every game. I'm curious if he just saves his munition.
No, he did it on the game on Feynmanville, I think. Oh no, so that was the Assault Engineers that laid that. So I'm not sure if he's laid the M29. No, he was putting mines down with the Assault Engineers out there, but I haven't seen it do it by the vehicle.
Nice rotation by Hooligan, going to the paratroopers on the side. Not messing around. Knowing that the plane dropped by, so knowing the AT gun is somewhere in the fog.
Got there from the Stern Pioneers. Oh, they've just put a mine down, I think, on the retreat path, so perhaps looking to stop any potential M20 pushes. Hooligan here, maybe on the wrong side of cover with the Volksgrenadiers. He's going to go in for the snare, and I think actually the Luke springs into action seeing this, but probably a bit risky to go over there. M20 is heavily damaged, and the Puma's about to hit the field soon. And at the same time, Greyhound for Nicko. Pretty even game.
Yeah, Nicko's making a good push up here with the AT gun and the rifleman support, so Luke's is going to have to pull back. But the good news for him is he knows where the AT gun is, so he can kind of plan his pathway on this Puma spawn. No, the M20 got away, but rear echelon did just get picked up on that left side. Let's see where the Puma is headed. He is going straight towards the AT gun for the Greyhound. Start taking shots off at it. He's in the arc. Yep. Oh, misses.
He's got to be a little bit careful here, but it's good to get some shots off just to keep that Greyhound off the field for a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to give the M1 too much vet with that take aim ability. Sorry.
Interesting. I think probably going to be trying to get some coaxial kills off here. But Hooligan is actually playing really well. If you just have a look at the map just for a second, Hooligan has been dominating the left-hand side as well as contesting the right. So I think Nicko's not getting much in the way of resources right now, and I think Hooligan still holds a sizable advantage in this game.
Yeah, he elected to force, you know, the bulk of his composition towards that cutoff of Hooligans to try to cut him off from his fuel. But at the same time, he left himself a bit exposed on the left, which let him creep up a couple Volks Grenadiers while the M20 was incapacitated. Which is
pineapple from the paratroopers there. Hooligans on it. And very good dodge. That's quick reflexes.
Second Greyhound out. This Volks Grenadier is getting super low trying to pull off his fouls. He does elect to retreat rather than stay. Good choice. Nice attempt at the attack round as well. Double Greyhound rotating to the left side for the Puma. Oh, he catches the Puma on retreat now with the nice smoke grenade. I don't think he was paying attention too much there. And he loses the paratroopers.
No, there's mines. There's mines.
Oh!
They go off. The Puma's got a chance here. Hooligan sees it.
AT gun is setting up in response. His smoke is on cooldown, so he's got to be careful. Oh no, he's got to get out of there.
Oh, the other Greyhound tanks the shot, forcing the Lukes to go in. Surely there's an opportunity for the Puma to play here, but also... Oh no, Luke's down to the AT gun. Puma's got to be so careful.
It's a huge pickup for Nicko.
I mean, the range on the US AT gun is just obscene, you know. It's just like, it's so good with the light vehicle support. You've got to be so careful when playing with the Puma.
Yep.
It was the right idea.
Yeah, exactly. The M20 was creeping there with his little vision boost when the Greyhounds pulled back, so he still had line of sight at that max arc of the cone the M1 had, so that let him pick up the Luke, so that was really good. Second airdropped combat group come in for Nicko. Replace that paratrooper he lost, as well as an additional AT gun. Losing that Luke's hurts so much because you need that anti-infantry capability with OKW, especially against elites like paratroopers, so it's going to make it that much more difficult for him.
Wow, what a turn in gameplay. And all that time, Nicko has managed to hold onto his VPs as well, which I think does very, very well with that. You know, even when he's losing so much map control, he's still on top of the VP situation, so he's got loads of time to kind of outplay his opponent. But Hooligan, I don't think, you know, losing the Lukes, yeah, it's bad, but he's still in this game with a chance. He's going for double Raketans, which is really, I think, the only chance he has right now.
Yeah.
Staying until tier 4.
Yeah, because Nicko's got the Puma aspect covered. He's got double AT gun. One's not crude, but I mean... He also has a Greyhound. Loses the Volks Grenadier there. Almost loses the second one.
Honestly,
those carbines are super strong. Yeah, there's no reason for that. He was just chilling there trying to get the Faust off. I saw him try to get queued up a couple times, but in the end, he elected to retreat rather than stick around and, yeah, stayed way too long.
I mean, there's just so many long-range engagements going on. It's hard to say who that favors, but GB's just got this big task now of making maximum use of the Puma. He's got the 2 Raketans there, so...
Nice AC gun setup. Oof.
Picked up Veterancy 2 now as well, which is...
Yeah.
Which is really worrying because the Vet 3 US AT gun is an absolute nightmare for mechanized regiment play. And is
you
Nicko
get
going on
fire
the
rate
front?
Increase.
Oh,
Looks
okay.
like it.
I thought
No,
that
he
was going to use
stopped.
raid tactics or something.
Yeah.
Maybe hop
That's
up
also
with
a
the-
really strong ability. I love that ability, Raid Tactics. Totally fits the amount of vehicles he has to. Recon just outside of the arc. It's going to get revealed as soon as it takes this shot. Paris could start hitting that. Yeah, he's pulling back.
The enemy has cut our supply chain. Our resource sector has been isolated. Target secured.
Replacing
easy.
that Volk Grenadier that he lost.
The
No,
guy here
NG
just got
though.
the cap, by the way. He's got the decap on fuel for Hooligan, so Hooligan stunted to +13 income on fuel, and he needs that fuel to provide a decent response. It's a good hit from the Recon.
Yeah, when does that ever happen, that range with the Recon? Just kidding, but yeah, good shot there. AT gun is always just hugging these Greyhounds. Just solid play. M20 comes around the flank to creep up on this Recon in red cover on top of all this damage it's already taken.
Not so cheeky. Puma there. I think he's trying to ground attack. I think he's also going to try and ground attack with the Recon.
Can it go through this way?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Yes, it can. But Puma's really needed here, and I actually think he's taking some pot shots off. One more hit from the Recon could work, but it's facing the wrong direction. USAT gun is really far up the field now.
Oh
And
my
it's still
goodness,
getting
get
hits
out
on
of
the
there. He
Puma.
doesn't have smoke munition, so he needs to get out of there. Cutting it close.
I mean, really, he's,
Major
I
is
guess
in
he's
production too.
I guess Hooligan's just got to get some fuel and pray for Command Panther.
Yeah. It's tough with these Greyhounds. They really don't allow you to counter harass any sides of the map. It's how fast they can rotate and force you off. One Volk already forced off. The other one about to cap and then retreat. Trying to stop this bleed a bit. But he's camped up on this cutoff with that paratrooper. M19, M19 paratroopers. M20 here rotating as well. Recon. 2 Recons following up to this. Gonna get one shot off here. Oh, misses almost point blank.
How did that miss?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to earlier when it hit that long range shot. It can hit those miracle shots, but it can't hit the basic ones. Oh, Storm
Hooligan's got a
Pioneers
little
go
chance
down.
here, by the way. He can, aside from the Stern Pioneers there, he's going to be able to push the AT gun with the Volks Grenadiers. The infantry have kind of been pushed off. The Puma, you see it trying to pinpoint the Greyhounds on the left-hand side, and the Rakettans moving up. So he's creating chances, but none of it's good enough.
Stand at 300 points.
Yeah. Nagano snowball. Nicko snowballed out of control. He's going for the Puma, it looks like. Oh, is that a... Okay, froze for... That was surrendering or something.
I thought that was just me.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
gosh, Puma goes down. There's cluster bombs being called in as well. Just to finish off, perhaps, the Raketen. Actually gets himself...
Might pick up for these. There we go. Gets one, but he's definitely going to lose that, that Raket. Volk having a super dicey retreat path. Also very likely to get wiped out here. Oh, yeah, that's dead.
Wow,
Raketten,
clears up.
Yeah. Good game.
100% win streak with this commander, and it is strong, but also played very well. And I have to say, GG to Nicko, who has not lost a single game today. GG.
Well played.